I am here to read something from my mother, Deborah, who is Terry's baby sister. Just personally, I came and spent a couple of weeks when I was about 15 years old at 10:55, and Mary Sue and I were up to quite a few shenanigans that summer. And I just remember she was always awake, so if I was awake in the middle of the night, feeling homesick or anything, she was right there. And I just remember she had the best laugh, and she was like super light, but really practical, which maybe was a little bit like grandma. So anyway, okay, so I am going to read this as if it is my mother standing here, because I don't have the bandwidth and brain power to switch the language around. You got this going?
I got it.
Okay. This is a tribute to my sister, Terry Ferris Tobin. For those of you who don't know me, I am her younger sister, Deborah Ferris. I am the last of the original family of 4 daughters, the Ferris girls, as we were known. I'll slow down a little bit. I'll just speak slow. Mom referred to Terry and Sarah Jo as the big girls, and Karen and I were the little girls. Terry was a gentle rebel, even growing up in the 1950s. We grew up in the small town of Lamoni, Iowa, with summers in a tent on Lake Mendota in Madison, Wisconsin. In many ways, it was a somewhat isolated life. We didn't have a TV, and it was long before the internet, so the big girls provided both entertainment and lessons. I learned about friendship from Terry. She made friends easily, often reaching out to her classmates who were in some way disadvantaged. She was very loyal and kind. I learned about the world of theater and powerful music from Terry, who somehow connected with the larger world and brought it back to our home. I don't know how Terry connected with music and theater, but she introduced Karen and me to jazz and soul music while we were still living in that little town. Bertha Kitt and Harry Belafonte were 2 musicians in particular who were very influential, because through them we learned about inequality and became politically active. We saw our big sister embrace all people, and it was a lesson we never forgot. I learned about style from Terry. She was often ahead of her time and in her appearance as well. One year she had a haircut that resembled a crew cut on top and a ducktail in the back, which she dyed green for St. Patrick's Day. Nothing she did, however, could ever dim her beauty. From Terry, I learned to stand up for myself without taking away from others. She was always kind and gentle, but never passive. Even when we were young, she stood up for what she believed in and never strayed from her values. And her actions were always aligned with those values. I learned the meaning of faith from Terry. We grew up in another religion, but Terry was attracted to the Catholic faith even in her youth. Eventually, when she moved to Oregon, she was able to act on that intuition. She converted to the Catholic faith, which I believe gave her comfort and strength. Although she was never swayed in her own beliefs, she was always loving and accepting of other people with different beliefs and opinions. I will always love you, Terry, and I miss you.